I'm David Tucker, and this is Cloud Tracker. We have a ton of cloud announcements to get to this month. I'm coming to you straight from the Pluralsight headquarters. Let's dive in. Let's jump right into our featured announcements for this month. First, on the heels of the other AI and ML related announcements last month, Microsoft has announced the new Ingestion Client for Azure Speech. This client, which uses the Speech Azure Cognitive Service, enables you to create an automated transcription pipeline by leveraging Azure Storage. This solution is deployed using an ARM template. If you're interested in learning more about the architecture that is deployed with this solution, you can check out the link to GitHub in the episode notes. This link will provide you with that overview as well as some sample code to get you started on creating your own automated transcription pipeline. Next, the Image Builder service is now generally available. This managed service, which is built on HashiCorp's Packer, greatly simplifies the process of creating your Windows or Linux virtual machines for use with your solutions on Azure. With this service, you can select your starting image from the Azure Marketplace, define the customizations that need to be executed, and then define where the image needs to be stored. Now, it is important to note that some capabilities of this service are available only in preview. Be sure to check out the link in the episode notes to see which capabilities are generally available and which are in preview. Next, if you're building native mobile experiences that leverage Azure Maps, you'll be glad to know that the Android SDK for Azure Maps is now generally available. With this release, it also brings some new capabilities, including support for vector tiles and data-driven style expressions. You can check out the link in the episode notes for information around these new features, as well as how to access the SDK to include it in your Android application. Next, if you've ever had trouble connecting your on-premise networks with an Azure virtual network because of overlapping IP addresses, you'll be excited to know that Microsoft has launched a NAT feature for Azure VPN Gateway in public preview. While this feature doesn't support Internet Breakout or NAT64, it still addresses a key problem that many organizations have run into when connecting their local networks to an Azure virtual network. You can get a full description of this new capability for the Azure VPN Gateway using the link that I have provided in the episode notes. For our final featured announcement, we now have a new US-based region that can be leveraged for your Azure solutions. This region, West US 3, includes Azure Availability Zones. Sustainability was a key focus on this new data center region. Microsoft stated that our new data center region is built with sustainable design and operations in mind. As a part of our commitment to being carbon negative by 2030, we will have power purchase agreements for green energy contracted for 100% of carbon emitting electricity consumed by all data centers, buildings, and campuses. Now, this region is available for use in your solutions today. Next, we have our platform updates for Azure, and we have a lot to get to. First, I know that many of you use PowerShell to manage Azure resources, and if you're using either version 7.0 or 7.1, you need to update PowerShell right away due to a remote code execution vulnerability. You can check the link in the episode notes to see which specific versions of the two branches include the fix for this vulnerability. Next, Microsoft is releasing new DCS v3 and DCDS v3 series virtual machines in limited preview. These virtual machines are targeted at confidential workloads. These leverage Intel Software Guard extensions, giving you access to private enclaves within the memory of your virtual machine. According to Microsoft, these new VMs enable you to protect the confidentiality and integrity of your code and data while in use. Now, these virtual machines are currently being rolled out in East US 2, but if you want, you have to sign up for the preview to access them. To get more information on how to sign up for the preview, click the link in the episode notes. Now, next, Azure Automanage is now available in public preview for Azure Arc. Now, if you're new to Azure Automanage, it provides automated management of your virtual machines, including both Windows and Linux virtual machines. With the addition of Azure Arc, you can now get this same benefit on your own servers if you're leveraging Azure's hybrid cloud solution. We have yet another announcement focused on cognitive services. The Azure Cognitive Services Text Analytics for Health service is now generally available. This subservice of cognitive services can detect health-specific words and phrases from unstructured text. With this update to the service, there are also many additional types of terms that are supported. You can get all the details from the link in the episode notes. Next, if you've been waiting to use NFS version 3 protocol support with Azure Blob Storage, you won't have to wait any longer. This feature of blob storage is now generally available. To learn more about this feature and how it provides a low TCO for storage, check out the link in the episode notes. Next, we have yet another service that is generally available, and in this case, it is Azure IoT Edge for Linux. According to Microsoft, Azure IoT Edge for Linux on Windows allows you to manage and deploy your IoT Edge Linux workloads, such as Azure SQL Edge and Azure Live Video Analytics on PC-class Windows IoT devices using your existing Microsoft management resources and technology. Now, next, if you're required to leverage HSMs for storing secrets, you will be glad to know that Azure Key Vault Managed HSM is now generally available. This approach for storing secrets, which is required in some regulated industries, gives you a secure way to manage your secrets in a way that is deeply integrated with Azure. In addition, it uses the same API as Azure Key Vault, so you can implement this new service with minimal changes. Next, we have two updates for Application Insights. First, alerts-based smart detection is now in public preview. Now, this capability is different from the Smart Detection Classic capability that is in place today. With this new capability, you can configure alarms just as you would for any other Azure Monitor alert rule. This enables you to reuse your alerting logic and action groups that you already have in place. Check out the link in the episode notes for instructions on how to migrate to this new approach. But next, Application Insights supports pre-aggregated standard metrics for Node.js. This enables Node.js applications to calculate these metrics irrespective of the sampling rate that you define. Currently, this supports request rate, server response time, failed requests, server exceptions, and a log count. Now, this capability is generally available, and you can leverage it as long as you're using version 2 of the Application Insights Node.js SDK. Now, the Azure Monitor Agent, when paired with data collection rules, gives you a great deal of control around how you collect metrics and logs and where you send that data to. As of last month, both of these are now generally available. Now, this release does include some new features, but it's important to note that a few of the features of these capabilities are just in preview. Be sure to check out the link in the episode notes for all of the details. For our final platform update, we have another Azure Maps announcement. The Elevation API for Azure Maps is now generally available. With this API, you can get the elevation for a point, along a route, or at intervals within a boundary. Check out the link in the episode notes to get more information on how to integrate this into your application. For this month's learning resources, we have 2 new video courses and 2 unique offerings from Pluralsight that you should check out. First, we have discussed several updates to Azure Cognitive Services since the beginning of this series, so I wanted to provide you with a resource to help you get started with one of these services, Custom Vision. This video course, Build an Object Detection Solution with Microsoft Azure Custom Vision Service, will get you up to speed with training a customized computer vision solution, as well as leveraging it for inference. If you have a need to leverage the computer vision service, but the service itself doesn't meet your needs, then this course would be perfect for you. Next, I want to help you get up to speed with security best practices when working within Azure. The course Microsoft Security Compliance and Identity Fundamentals Security Solutions is now available in the content library. In addition to helping developers understand the security tools they have at their disposal, it also prepares them for their SC900 certification exam. This course will guide you through topics like Azure Sentinel, Microsoft 365 Defender, and Microsoft Endpoint Manager. Follow the links in the episode notes to get to these 2 courses. Next, I have a different type of learning resource. The Pluralsight and Microsoft partnership has designed a unique program aimed to accelerate your team's expertise in Azure and help prepare them for the Azure certification exams. Learners that complete the program may be eligible for 50% off Microsoft certification exams to apply towards any of the certification tracks chosen. Now, this offer is targeted at Pluralsight's enterprise customers, so check with your plan admin to see if you're eligible for this offer. And if you are the plan admin, check out the link in the episode notes to get your team signed up for this program and see what certifications would be covered. Finally, you may have heard over the last month that Pluralsight and A Cloud Guru have joined forces to give you and your teams the expertise and hands-on experiences to thrive in a cloud-driven world. Later this month, we will be hosting a panel of experts from both companies to discuss the past, present, and most importantly, the future of the cloud. A Cloud Guru's SVP of Cloud Transformation, Drew Ferment, will moderate the discussion with cloud experts Forrest Brazil, Keisha Williams of A Cloud Guru, and Janana Ravi, Dan Whalen, and Ned Bellavance of Pluralsight. You'll learn about cloud culture and what it means for you. You'll learn what skills are required to be successful and how you can acquire them. You can find the link to sign up for this online event in the episode notes. Thanks for joining us for this month's Cloud Tracker for Microsoft Azure. You can find links to everything I've discussed in the episode notes. I'll see you next month to discuss what's new in the cloud here on Cloud Tracker.